This is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast where you're right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Fremont. To my left, I have
Rosa. To my left, I have
Lee.
We got Taylor out of town this week celebrating her birthday. So happy birthday, Taylor. Hope you're having fun, enjoying it. But yeah, how was everybody's week? How was your week?
very long. Just worked.
It seemed like it was
I
a long week.
mean, I felt like Friday was never gonna get here. I felt like it was just a drag. All I did was just work and sleep. Work
Yeah.
and sleep.
That was basically the same thing for me too. Work was just the week was just so slow. I
It
couldn't.
really
It was
was.
hard to get through. It was just like every day I looked up, it was Monday,
Mhm.
and then the weekend came, and I feel like it's about to be over in like 20 minutes.
Right. It's always about to be Sunday.
Yeah.
How was your week?
Hectic. Today especially.
Yeah.
Because I was not supposed to work today. But, you know, when you have a rotten apple on the team, sometimes you got to pick up the slack. So,
Yeah. That sucks. I know
yeah,
that
it
is.
sucks. I was supposed to be off today. I missed my nephew's birthday party today.
Oh.
Because of that. So, I'm pretty agitated.
So how did you know somebody called you and said, "Hey, we need you to come in"?
No, I preemptively, like, Thursday rolled around and I saw the fuckery, like, building up. So I'm like, hey, like, you know, I'm just going to come in on Saturday. I'm supposed to be off. I already worked Monday, so I should just be off. Today was all OT, which cool.
Yeah.
But I was off.
Yeah.
Because I already worked Monday when I'm normally off on Monday. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come in on Saturday. Are you sure? I feel like I'm going to have to. And I predicted it. And boy, was I fucking right. Because as soon as I got in, my manager, like, sent me a message like, hey, you know, such and such isn't going to be in today because dumbass bullshit reason. So, I'm like, oh, okay.
So is your job like really like strict on the attendance thing, or is it like lax?
No, I wish they would be.
Mhm.
Okay, so yes, but there are certain managers that aren't, and they don't report it when certain people don't come in
Right.
because they're like, oh, I'll make up the day, and then it's like, okay, I've done it before, but like, I'm really, when we have title launches, I'm there. Like, it's all hands on deck. We already had one person, he's out because he's in London for 3 weeks. He
For
put
work
that.
related or
No,
okay,
just
on vacation.
leisure stuff. But he put that in before we blacked out the date for the launch. So it's like, okay, can't be mad at him, you know. This is where this other person is supposed to be here to help me with the workload because shit is heavy this week. But it's like, it's been heavy every day. And this person has been finding a reason to either leave early or not come in all week because you have this medical issue that magically came about when launch came, like Monday. So it's just like, okay, I see through
Maybe
what
it's
you're
the
doing.
stress of the launch. But then you shouldn't be there.
There we go. If you cannot, the point of this team is we are supposed to be able to handle heavy volume. Like when shit gets like hectic, we are supposed to be able to handle a high number of fucking just everything.
Right.
Like, and if you can't do that, then why did you join this team? Really, she joined this team, though, because she was about to get fired and she wants to be under the radar, which
Right.
are not under the radar because you sit right next to me and I notice everything you're doing and I'm over it. So, quite a week indeed.
Well, hopefully it slows down because the launch or whatever was. I mean, it should be like kind of not dying down, but you know. Oh no, it's not. Oh, never mind.
A lot of stuff was broken and Dev doesn't. So
So this was a product that came out, or it was an announcement? I thought it was an announcement.
it was an expansion
Oh.
for a product. So a product basically. We treat it like an entirely new product launch. But
Right,
the
right.
issue is Monday is just PC launch. PC is our lowest player base. June the 5th, which is next week. Is that next week or the following week? Is when we have.
next week, I think.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Oh, the following week.
The following week.
Yeah. 'cause
So,
on Saturday it was like-
Things haven't tapered off yet from PC launch. If anything, they continue to grow in
Right.
volume of bullshit. So things are on fire, as we put it. But, and we're just like, we haven't put out any of the fires. We just pick up some of the fire and move it elsewhere while we try to allocate other shit. But we haven't even hit console launch yet, and you're doing this stupid shit. So console launch is going to be an even bigger deal, and like bugs and stuff that we haven't ironed out to push forward with the PC. Like, so if we figure things out that would be pushed live on console that we could fix before then, sure. I don't foresee that at this point,
Right.
unless we have a patch to fix everything on Monday, which I doubt.
probably isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, so console launch will be an even bigger deal, and there'll be unforeseen shit like memberships that we don't handle directly when it's through console, just stupid shit. So I'm just like, I'm not stressed out about it because I'm used to handling a high number of bullshit. But if you knew you couldn't do that, why did you even join this team? Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't even handle the little amount of shit that you were dealt. I'm rambling about it anyway because I'm getting pissed off talking about it. But
All right,
just
well, on that note,
next week will be no better.
let's go ahead and take the shot. Drink of the day is, I guess, the highly anticipated Ciroc Dark version. It's technically called VS French Brandy. So yeah, the Dark Ciroc is what I'm going to call it. And yeah, I think this just came out this week because that's the. I know I saw it.
I still haven't found it anywhere yet.
Yeah,
Like,
I sent y'all the picture in the group chat like a couple weeks ago. Like this was coming out, and every week, like when I went to go get the drink, I'm like, "Do y'all have the Dark Ciroc?" They're like, we don't even know what that is. So now it's out. So I guess maybe this was the release date. I don't know. Maybe we just got lucky. But cups up, church. Hopefully for a better work week.
smooth for the most part.
I don't like any
got a
of
little after bite, but
I don't like it.
You want? Yeah, no.
woo! It like.
Like you drink it and then the fumes come back up.
Yeah, like
And,
ugh.
no, that's not an easy one.
Let's see what the tea. Wait, let's not.
It might taste good. The tea was a good chaser, but
Oh, you already chased it?
yeah, I tasted it. I couldn't.
Oh,
I couldn't.
took it straight. Let's
I
see.
took it straight too, but I chased it with the tea.
Okay, with the tea, it tastes really good, but
Really good or just bearable?
I think it tastes really good with the tea.
All right.
Like if you put that on ice and serve it to me at a bar, I'm like, okay.
I'll
But
try it with some tea. Maybe it's just not a good because it was one of those Cirocs that was terrible by itself. I think it was the amaretto flavor.
Disgusting.
But if you mixed it with something, it was
okay.
okay. It doesn't even exist anymore. They took it off the shelf.
Good. Like
was
it
going that
was
bad.
highly. How do I describe it? It's like it's meant to be like a mixture of chocolate, cherry, and orange.
Oh, okay.
These are all things I would not put in my mouth at the same time in the first
That
place.
sounds nasty.
But then you add vodka to that equation, and so much sweetener. Like it was really nasty, and it was one of very few bottles of alcohol I just like threw in the trash. Like
No, after I tried it the first time, it was terrible. And then every time after that, I had it mixed with something, and it was pretty good if you mixed it well. But yeah, on his face, it was horrible. It doesn't taste terrible with the tea. I'm at a
I
bearable.
like it with the tea.
Maybe I didn't pour enough tea. I think I kind of lowballed
What
myself
would
with
tea
the tea.
I put like 3 parts tea, 1 parts.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, I was at like half and half. Yeah, still bearable. It almost tastes like a Long Island at that point.
Yeah.
But
With the tea.
yeah. So, what's going on? Well, in hip hop news, there's there's the new Pusha T and Drake Beef. We just finished listening to each of their tracks. I like Drake's more.
Yeah.
Because
was-
it wasn't as
You can
Bland
understand
and
Drake.
monotonous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't
Oh,
as
okay.
monotonous.
It
as
wasn't
Pusha
even
T.
that I couldn't understand Push. Is it like you said? You have trouble staying like engaged. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, what's going on in this corner? Like I'm
Mhm.
bored. Like, but Drake, it was like I wasn't as enthused listening to that one either. But
No. At least you could hear it. It didn't come off as like just blah 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 after a while.
yeah.
But
So on both sides, it just seems like they're just telling a story or just putting it out there. And
I
that's
kinda-
fine, like,
I kind of lost a good bit of interest in Pusha T's because he kept fixating on the whole Drake ghostwriter thing, and it's just like we heard that already with Meek Mill. So it's like you gonna start a new beef with the same person about old news.
I don't think people really give that much of a fuck about ghostwriters as they used to. Like,
I don't think so. Even some of the older rappers that actually wrote all their music just kind of was like, it just is what it is. Like,
yeah.
but I don't know. I don't as fast as that came out, because I think it all happened in like a really short time span. I think Drake probably had that song basically already ready for him. Probably tweaked a few things and put it out because he probably saw it coming. I think they said he had kind of like an ongoing beef with Pusha T,
Yeah.
so it's like he probably was had that just waiting. But I don't know. Pusha T I like Pusha T. He's definitely a good rapper. He's good. He's a good lyricist, but I don't see a great outcome between him and Drake. Not because I think Drake is better than him, but I just think that Drake would garner more attention. He would. He's the bigger artist, and I just don't see that happen.
But nice, man. Good old college try, Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm a fan of Pusha T as well. Like, that's one of my husband's favorite artists, but I just don't, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I feel like almost every artist in good music has beef with Drake at one point or another.
Yeah.
Because Common, I think, was beefing with him too for a minute.
Really?
Yeah, he actually Common made an entire song about
Common's
Drake.
like an actor now, and he don't even rap anymore.
He's like the philanthropist and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Nope, he made a diss record against Drake. And it wasn't bad, but it's just like, what is happening right now?
Right, like Common. What?
More people, you think that he was over that.
I was expecting to see Queen Latifah in it somewhere, because it seemed like they do everything together now in terms of his.
I love Queen.
Yeah, but like, didn't they made a couple movies together? That's one reason I said it. But
I wish she would have been with him. That
you feeling the heat? Yes, no. I'm feeling it.
Oh, you feel? I don't feel.
I wish she would have been with him on that. Was it Love Potion 9, whatever movie he came here to film? Like, I really was hoping against hope that she was in it. So that I could see her.
Oh, yeah, well, it was a Baltimore-based movie, yeah.
Yeah, because I was there when they were filming it, and I met him because my godbrother was, like, one of the extras or whatever.
That was cool.
I'm like, okay, this is cool. But where's Queen Latifah? I was hoping
They had the same little boy in that movie as the boy that plays in Power, wasn't it? That was his little brother in that movie?
Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think
he
so.
always like somebody's like little something. Like
Yeah,
at some point he has to grow up and be a guy, like a grown man. He always like somebody's like child, and it's just like how long are you gonna be a child? Like you're getting older. Like
the Gary Coleman effect.
Yeah, I think it's just probably because he looks so young in the face. They can cast him at young roles. Because I think he's got to be at least, if he's not already 18 and over, but he's playing like probably like a 13, 14-year-old in Power. It's just weird.
It is weird, but I was just thinking about like this type of thing earlier because I was listening to like Jaden Smith's new album.
I still haven't listened to that, but I heard it was not bad. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Like I remember, like before this, like last summer, he like had a video come out on Facebook that went viral.
The Icon or whatever it was.
I don't know what it was.
Icon living.
But Icon is like what's on the radio now.
Oh, okay.
But he's pretty good, like as a lyricist, but as an actor.
I liked him in Karate Kid, and in 7 Pounds. Was it 7 Pounds or Pursuit of Happiness? I think it was Pursuit of Happiness.
You know what? I'll take it back.
It was just that one movie he did.
I can't say he's a bad actor. M. Night Shyamalan is just a horrible director and writer.
Yeah.
And Will Smith needs not to write any more movies. But
he wrote that movie, the After Earth.
Yeah.
Will Smith wrote that? I didn't know he wrote that.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, that one was bad.
Sucked.
That movie was bad.
I didn't see
it. I didn't watch the whole thing,
but almost every aspect about that movie sucked. That awkward ass accent. That of what even was it? Like it was inconsistent as hell.
Yeah.
Nothing made sense. Like the whole he put his ring up against the ship and like he knew that gravitons were going to cause the ship to crash, but they said beforehand like they were checking the graviton levels in the hull. So how is it that your ring? I'm not gonna get into that.
I didn't see any of that, so I don't know.
The movie is so stupid. Like,
but speaking of movies, did you get to see Deadpool yet? Oh God!
Please say yes.
I will say though, it's not because of my fear of the movie theater this time. I legitimately was just way too fucking busy this week with work. So picking up slack for other people.
You still haven't seen Avengers yet either? Okay. So we just can't
We
include
need to address this.
we can't include her in any Marvel conversations yet.
Hey, what is going on?
I'm too busy.
Black Panther.
I gotta wait until
She watched
I saw
that.
Black Panther.
We had to
I saw
basically
Black Panther.
force her to
Okay.
watch
Yeah,
that.
they like almost took away my black card. I
Yeah.
had to watch it that weekend, but
Okay, you saved yourself.
Um,
Still, it's so good.
but yeah, I actually saw Will Smith had a freestyle on Facebook recently, and it was actually okay.
Wait, do you mean on St. Patrick's Day, or was it
I saw it this
something
week.
else? I thought he did like a cute little freestyle on St. Patrick's Day. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Will Smith can actually rap.
I don't know. It might have came out on St. Patrick's Day, but the one I saw, it was like an in booth recording of him.
No, I haven't seen that one. Like he was actually wearing a fucking kilt.
Oh, it was a St. Patrick's style. No. This was just a
Oh, I
regular.
didn't even see that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. This was just like a regular freestyle. I don't know why. I don't know if he's about to try to drop a mixtape or something.
I
But
wouldn't be against it. Like after seeing that freestyle he put out on.
St. Patrick's, the one
Yeah.
he came out with recently was actually pretty good. I was just like, I wasn't.
Might be. But I feel like, too, ever since he found out about social media, he's just been posting like
He
crazy.
is.
I
Like
feel like
he
he's
said,
just learning
he's
about it.
trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's trying to get in a. He wants to like
Yeah.
build up his YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh, okay, Will Smith.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Like-
he knows that he's still, I guess, popular.
Yeah,
So he knows
everything
that
Will
people are
Smith.
gonna
He
enjoy it.
breathes and breeds famous. So
Mhm.
it's like everything
Yeah.
he does makes money.
I think there's only a few people in the entertainment industry that is of Will Smith's diverse caliber in terms of his talent as a just generally, and that's probably him, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, and
I feel like Childish Gambino earned it.
I was about to say Donald Glover, because they can literally have different stages doing different things and be great at all of them. So, Will Smith never did stand up, did he? I don't think.
No,
so.
I don't think.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
He just
He doesn't even need to.
sitcom thing.
Yeah. He just did TV,
The movies.
and music. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I still feel like it's still valid because,
Yeah.
he's pretty good. One of my favorites.
He's probably one of the, like, there's only a few of them. I don't know if it's any, like, other people of other, like, descents that are multi-talented like that, because I probably just don't pay attention. Maybe
no.
Hannah Montana? I don't know.
No.
Oh, God.
No? Okay. That's the only one I can think
I
of.
mean,
I know
she
she
was
made music
at one
and
point in her
acted.
life, but I feel like ever since she kind of just lost it, she just
She didn't.
I'm
It's
always
like,
confused.
was she really- was
Hannah
she-
Montana is not Miley Cyrus, correct?
It is.
She-
Oh, she is?
Uh,
Okay.
that
I used to
was-
get that
that
wrong.
was-
But that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's the thing. So when she put out that album Bangers and she started doing the whole black thing and doing what she was doing, it was really because she wanted to pull away from that because
Right.
everybody associated
Oh,
Miley
yeah,
Cyrus.
Yeah,
exactly. So if she went from PG to R or TVMA or whatever she was going for,
She would lose the Disney.
and now less people honestly do associate her with Hannah Montana because how can you?
Because she made a song with Juicy J. Like, there's no such thing as Disney anymore after you cross paths with
Not
Juicy
even
J.
not even that. Like she went on stage with dick strapped to her
Yeah.
forehead and all types of things.
Crazy.
Anything she could do.
Those Disney kids.
And then you heard after she said black people corrupted her.
Mhm.
Did you hear that?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
after
about
all of that,
last
then she
season.
was like, "Oh yeah, black people corrupt." That's why she turned back to her.
Country music
Yeah.
or something like that she does now.
So I'm like, seriously, you did that to get away from one image, and then we get that other image, then you blame it on black people.
She has self-identity issues.
Yeah.
But I feel like Disney child stars always have
They
something
either get
weird.
They
hooked
always
on
have
drugs.
issues.
Yeah.
A lot of
You know
issues.
who's so sad?
Who?
Macaulay Culkin. Is that how you pronounce
Home Alone
it?
kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened to
Oh
him?
my god. Now he says he
Full-fledged drug
says
addict.
Really?
he says he's not. Like he recently did an AMA on Reddit, and you know I live on Reddit, so I like comment on the AMA, and people were saying like, oh,
What's
so
the
is
AMA?
it true? AMA is Ask Me Anything.
Oh, okay.
So he put up an AMA. He said, hey, I'm Macaulay Culkin, and Ask Me Anything. And you always got to put up a picture of proof. You always put up his username next to his face, and he's like, so everybody's commenting. Like the top comment was like, hey, so we heard you got really heavy into drugs. Is that true? He said, well, I was doing drugs, but I wasn't as heavy into it as people think I was. Like, it wasn't never that, I just did it here and there.
Maybe typical Hollywood drug addict.
It's clear though to see. That.
Yeah, like, so now he, like, He has like a band or some shit now. I don't know.
A band?
I'm getting him mixed up with Steve from Blue's Clues probably. But
Steve has a band?
Yeah.
What?
He shaved his head. He's bald. He shaved his head bald, like skin bald, and
What?
he's like in a jazz band or some shit. He went the
Jazz.
Sinbad route, basically.
Wow.
Who
So
would have thought?
Wow.
And all of us love Steve. That's probably why he left. Maybe the start of another thing.
I don't know. Like it's
He probably still getting Blue's Clues checks though, but
He probably, I mean, because I feel like ever since then, like, the other random guys has been on there.
nobody.
Nobody
What was
watches
his
it.
name?
Blue's Clues still came on.
Right.
What was his name? I don't even know his name. Like
Some black guy.
it
Yeah,
wasn't
black
even
guy on
now.
Blue's
It's
They
a
Clues?
black
had a
guy.
black guy.
Wow.
They have a black guy.
Blue's
now.
Clues still airs.
Did they
Yeah.
turn Blue's Clues into a pit bull?
No, Blue.
Or
is
Rottweiler?
still
Oh wow.
blue. Yeah.
Wow.
I know they had like a bunch of new characters on there apparently, but
Because
No,
I
I
just be
didn't
I didn't know it was
curious
still
to see.
airing. I thought they went like years ago and before
Mhm.
they went off there. Like
Wow.
Because, like, I'll be curious to see, like, the stuff that plays, like, when we were little. I'm just like, let me see what's the same.
I
Oh, they
wonder
changed
if-
a lot of stuff. I'm just like,
you know, Fairly Odd Parents fucking sucks.
yeah,
Like,
I don't like it no more.
it
In the
sucks.
beginning,
I thought
I
it
like
stopped.
it.
That still comes on.
Mhm.
They still make those like new episodes of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow, I
refuse to
didn't
let
know.
it die. Like they ruined it when they brought on Poof for one. Why
Yes.
did you bring in
I
that
don't even
random?
know.
Like, they Wanda and Cosmo had a baby
The
basically,
baby.
Oh, the purple baby.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
The adult.
and then
baby.
it's like then it's like they started losing ratings again, so they brought on a dog.
They have a dog now?
They
Dog
got rid of
parent
the
dog?
dog. The dog was only on. Yeah, the dog was only on there for a few episodes, and people hated it so much. Like there was such a negative response that they got rid of him like 5 episodes later. And now they have on some chick named but not 2D. That's already a character. So it's another character that shares Timmy's fairies with him. Basically, they even changed the theme song. Like, and it's so stupid. And I'm just like,
Wow.
this is the death. This is the nail in the coffin. This is the death of Fairly Odd.
That's
trying
probably
too
that's
hard with
probably
these
an
cartoons,
attempt at
man.
gender equality.
I don't know what they're stupid.
It could be.
It's
Because I hear
stupid.
that a lot of movies, like a lot of Disney movies that he's coming out with, are doing, like, gender. Probably stuff. What movie
That's
was it?
fine. She can have her own fairies though. Don't
They could
change
just
the
give
theme
her her
song.
own show.
Mhm.
If that was the case,
A
just give her-
spin-off.
Yeah,
Nobody will
everything.
watch it, but
probably not.
now he shares his fairies with this chick, and she's like a goody two shoes, like one of those Mary Sue characters. Like, you know, like in literature, when you talk about a Mary Sue character, like she can do no wrong. Like her flaw is that she's too perfect.
Oh,
Literally, like that's her flaw.
Trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
All of
any
these
of that was
cartoons
on.
now, they messed them all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just brought back like the original writers for SpongeBob because SpongeBob sucked too.
I thought that was
That's
ending.
the only cartoon I still watch.
I don't know.
I saw something. Well, it's probably fake.
It said something about they recently. I don't think that it's ended. They recently brought back the old writers.
Yeah,
So
because I know SpongeBob used to be my show. That show was funny. Like that show
I
was
love
funny. It had a whole bunch of hidden nuances in it that even as
Yeah.
an adult you would find funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know
That's
what they
what they
started to do because I fell off all of it.
All
But
of
that's
the
crazy
old
that y'all
episodes
said
that come
Steve
on,
was
I watch
like
it.
a musician now or a band or something. I wonder if at his shows he plays the theme song of Blue's Clues.
Oh my god.
probably not.
That's probably the exact opposite of what he wants to do.
I think
Still
he
be-
would.
Yeah.
I think he's like doing the Miley Cyrus thing his own way. Like he wants to detach away from that, which
That's
is why
what I
he
was gonna
shaved his head
say.
and everything.
Yeah. I feel
So I
like
don't
when
think so.
they
That's
go in a
crazy.
different route, they try to escape from what everybody knows them from.
Hopefully he don't bring nobody up on stage and they be like, I love Blue's Clues. You have to kick him off like kick him off like Kendrick did
Oh, what that was?
with the
She was too proud. She was too. Oh my god.
So I
Do you think he did? Right?
I think his first mistake was bringing her on stage to begin with. If he was going to be sensitive about that,
He set
I-
himself up.
I get why. I mean, you don't want that to be going on, but if
Yeah,
if you
she
knew-
sung Mad City, right?
yeah, right. So it's like, I mean,
He
if
already
she,
knew. what
I
was
mean,
coming.
granted, he gave her a second chance, and she did it again. So then he just was like, "All right, you're done. Get up."
I mean, but that's
But-
not the first time that happened.
Yeah.
So,
So it's like,
why did he choose now to wanna?
mm,
I don't know.
I think what he did, I can't say what he did was wrong per se, but I will say him choosing that crowd member to come up with her being a white woman and him singing a song that has nigga every other word in it was a bad idea. It was just,
He set
I'm pretty
himself
sure he
up.
could have found somebody black in the audience.
Or
that he
just
could have
sung
been,
the shit or put the microphone out towards the crowd, like anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just kind of set her up for failure, really. Like,
Yeah, I don't fault the girl at the same time. I mean, granted, she should have known better, especially after he pointed it out.
when you put yourself in her shoes, like,
She was just excited to be up there, and she must like the
yeah,
song.
like, and she thought, oh, well, he wants me to sing the song. I'm not, if I was in her place, I probably wouldn't think immediately, like, he's gonna get mad if I say this, because that's,
Right, that's the part of the song.
Mhm.
yeah, so she said it. And I'm not upset with her for saying it, because it's part of the song. That's not to say it's okay for her to say it, but it's part of the song. You brought me up here. Oh, I'm part of the crowd. You know, I'm cool now. I'm going to say it.
And it's so common these days. Every song has nigga in it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
They all say it. They all
They
say
definitely
it.
do.
I mean, it's just.
Like, I have friends who have said it to me. Like, they ask for permission sometimes, but that which makes it awkward as fuck.
How does that go?
Literally, would you be mad if I said nigga? I don't care.
Well, for one, you said it in the question, so
Right.
you've already done it.
Right.
But that's just weird. I wouldn't.
Like,
I've never had that situation
Smart
happen.
about it, or...
Had it a few times. Like, you okay with me saying this, right? I'm like, I mean, well, if I wasn't, you already said it 5 times.
Right.
So
Exactly.
just make sure you don't put that on the end. And
Right.
Yeah, because people do make that a distinction. I don't have any like white friends, so I can't speak from a personal standpoint. But I don't think I could give the pass. I just don't think I could, because it's just like it's a Pandora's box, because they'll feel like, oh, I'm comfortable enough to say it around these people because I know them.
Mm-hmm.
So now let me just say it everywhere because I've gotten this pass.
And I've gotten into
this
Right.
one
I've
particular
gotten into this
situation.
conversation where I had somebody I used to work with. He got fired because somebody reported him to his job for saying it in a thread on Facebook. And he's like, well, I don't understand. And I explained to him, like, just because you have some black friends that are okay with you saying it, doesn't mean that black people in general are okay with you saying it. Other people are still super fucking not okay with you saying it. I don't care just because I don't care. Like, but there are people who still give a fuck and get offended by that shit. Like,
Right, that passes proximity.
yeah, and it's like, your parents are Jewish. I'm pretty sure if somebody called you a fucking kike to your face,
I don't even know what that word means. I don't even
A
know
dick,
what
right?
I don't even know what it means, honestly.
Was that like
It's a
Nazi
Jewish
thing?
slur.
Oh,
But
I didn't know it could have been a Nazi slur or something.
it's just like they're saying, like, oh, in a joking way, but you might actually get offended by it.
Mhm.
But they have other Jewish friends that didn't get offended.
Mm-hmm.
Does
It's
that
kind of like
matter
saying
to you?
cracker. Like,
They don't,
It's all the same
no
thing.
white person gives a fuck if you call them a cracker.
Yeah, I don't think
Really?
that is their feeling.
I mean,
at
some
all.
of them do because
They
they're
laugh
like,
that off.
they're like, oh,
For the
you're
most part.
I'm not gonna say no white person does. Some of them are genuinely offended by it because, like, why are you being racist toward me? I didn't do anything to you. I've seen that, but for the most part, it's just like, okay, nigga.
oh, I didn't know.
Right. and then-
I've never tried to anybody, so I didn't know
I've
how,
never
you
done
know.
it, but, you know.
I mean, that's not to
If you-
say I've said it. No.
If you've ever entered the online gaming world,
Oh, that's where it's mostly, okay.
yeah, because that's what
That's where it is.
yeah, you know,
Yeah, that's where
racist
you
white
hear.
people will get real bold in a manner where they know they can't be directly challenged.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
like a lot
So
of the times the white people that come out and call you a nigger in chat, they're not even racist. They're just trying to be edgy.
Yeah, they're just trying to make you
Because-
upset.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to be edgy, and they think that, oh, this word will irritate them. This is what will upset
Right.
them the most.
Mhm.
And most part, it's like it happens to me. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm up, and
Right.
Right.
get good, bitch. Like, so what,
Right.
what, you,
Yeah.
what do you want me to say?
That used to be. I used to get called a nigga so much when I played Call of Duty online because
Really?
they used to get so mad because I would be winning, like, and I'd be on like the top of the leaderboards, and they'd be like, "That's why you're a nigger." I'm like, "Well, you just lost to one, so what does that say
Right.
about you?"
Yeah, it was like literally when I used to play GTA 5 really heavy online. Like, there was a group of black dudes I was playing with, and they got so upset because this country white guy like just kept calling them niggers and where you at, man? What's up, bitch? You ain't gonna say that to my face. I'm like, you really getting this upset about
not
this
about to
guy?
fly to
Like,
Kentucky.
You're not. I
Right.
said, who gives a fuck? He's called you a nigger. Okay, now what?
Mm-hmm.
He's still losing. Why are you so upset? Like,
Some people still sensitive to it.
Yeah.
I guess it's just.
I mean, it's hard to decipher that because it's like, you know, obviously it's going to trigger something. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of thinking higher than it because it's like If somebody's going to say it in an area where they can't be challenged on it, then it's really no point in getting upset because it's like they're not going to do anything.
Like anything said on the internet should not, like you do. Well, me personally, I have pretty tough skin, but I feel like anything said on the internet should not.
No.
You shouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah, no.
Because 9 times out of 10 they wouldn't say it in front
And
of your
people
face.
have that
But
screen of anonymity, so they're gonna say
Right.
whatever.
It was funny though because it was a firefighter or fire chief or something in New York who lost his job because I think he was like a Nazi or something like that. And he was the picture was hilarious. He was sitting on the step crying like he was like 3 years old. I just thought it was hilarious because it's just like
It always
the thing,
happens like that when they lose their job. They're a victim.
They can act all
like
big
my
and bad
life
for
is
that
ruined.
moment.
I don't understand
Yeah.
why I got to go through all this. But it's like
There's nothing wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, you could act big and bad for 5 minutes, but when consequences start, then you want to be crying and pleading to the world. I'm a nice person. I have black friends.
Yep.
Like,
How would your black friends feel about this?
Right. They
feel
probably
it's okay.
didn't know that. They probably wouldn't be your black friend.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, the whole Kendrick thing, I was just like, it's just like one of those what are you gonna do type situations. Like you can't be mad, and I don't know. I can't be mad at Kendrick. I can't be mad at the fan because it's like that situation could have just been handled better altogether.
Like
It's just like one of those downward spirals.
He should have known.
yeah,
He should've
if
known.
anybody, he didn't handle it the right way. But
Right.
she, I mean, I can't fault her at all. She probably was just hyped to be on stage with
Right.
Kendrick. So
The only thing I can't give her the pass on was that he stopped her the first time and then she did it again.
yeah,
So it's like, that obviously just means you weren't paying attention or you just don't care.
Don't
Because it's
care.
like, if I stop the whole song to tell you not to do that and then start the song over and you do it again, I don't think that's I'm caught up in the moment type thing.
It's like
First
purposely
time,
doing
yeah,
it.
but after that, it's like, okay, now you ODing. But still, he shouldn't have had her. He shouldn't have done it that way. But yeah.
yeah.
I'm
It's not the first time one of his fans embarrassed themselves to that song on stage either.
Really?
Like,
Oh, so that wasn't the first time you had a white person do that?
no.
Oh.
But the other guy, like, I'm pretty sure he said it too. I'm not mistaken. But he got embarrassed because he fucked up the lyrics.
The fan did? Yeah.
And not
Oh,
because.
wow.
Well, that is a pretty. I mean, I know the words, but it you can get tongue twisted. But I can also understand the fan in that situation. Because when that song comes on, you get hyped. Like you have no, you have no option in the situation. Like you had no choice. It comes on, the beat drops, and then it's kind of like that.
Right.
So it's like I get how they can get caught up in the moment. Maybe think they're in their car or in their house or something, and it's like it's all good. I black out the world and sing this song in my little space. But
I mean, it does get you hype early.
yeah, yeah. As soon as you hear that, that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't be too mad. I don't think the girl was racist though, or I wouldn't take it that far to be like, oh, she's racist or whatever like that. So yeah, it's just like one of those wash it out even type situations.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to take that to the next thing, but we're gonna go ahead and just take a hard
Go
time.
right in.
So there was a post floating around on the internet. Well, actually, there was a post floating around on the internet about people being offended about Father's Day because Father's Day is coming up. And they're saying that for same-sex couples or single parents or single mothers, Father's Day should be basically abolished or
Right,
abandoned.
but let's not get rid of Mother's Day though.
Right.
Just Father's Day.
That
This is just another case of like a feminist trying to. I'm not gonna say feminist because that is not what feminism is. It's not just hating men. It's equality for women. But you have these. I don't want to use that term. It's so
hyper feminist.
Let's go with that. Hyper feminist. I don't want to say feminazi. I
Extreme
hate that
feminist,
fucking term. Extremist, right?
Yeah.
So that take it that extra step and just abolish Father's Day. Okay, well while we're at it, let's abolish Mother's Day. No, why? You're just like cis white male controlling you. That's why you want to get rid of Mother's Day too. Just something stupid. Just like okay, well, what?
I don't like it. I mean,
I
Fathers
just
are
thought
just
it's
as
crazy. Like
important.
they seem to not understand that just because what they may see or what they may hear about are single mother situations, that there are no single dads. There are plenty of single dads who do a great job raising their kids on their own. And to say that they don't deserve a day is just stupid. If mothers get a day, fathers should get a day. Like if you want to, yeah. I mean, now but as far as same-sex relationships go, no, I'm not even. I can't even entertain that idea. Like you can't. You're not that. It annoys me sometimes because it's just like I thought what was the original goal was to make it so that nobody felt discriminated against based upon their sexual preference or orientation. But nobody, Father's Day or any Mother's Day, none of those days are meant to demean anybody.
Nope.
So there's no reason to try to go at these holidays as if you're
and it's like already Mother's Day is a bigger holiday than Father's Day. What more do you want?
Right.
Like nobody's shoving shit down your throat for you to buy on Father's Day. They're doing that shit on Mother's Day though. So just like relax. Like you don't have to tear men down every chance you get. Like just.
And I feel like that's what most women do. They can
women
never
in general,
get
or
not most women, just as extreme feminists. Like
they just don't have the guts in them to show appreciation to a man or to a father, or you know what I mean. They always gotta bash him in some way, and I feel like that's not fair. I mean, men are just as important. Fathers are just as important. Like I don't It don't make sense to me. I'm just like. I feel like some women gotta take credit for everything.
If you want to abolish Father's Day for that reason, then you would need to abolish Mother's Day for that same reason. So the post was just very one-sided and very stupid. And I guess Tumblr is dying out. So, those people with that fucking mindset have to come somewhere, and they're coming to Twitter. So
I forgot about Tumblr.
I forgot. I'd never used Tumblr.
Wow.
Don't.
I made one and never got into it. I couldn't understand it.
I couldn't understand it either.
There was another post recently in like local Baltimore news. The cop that got killed in Perry Hall. Of course, Black Facebook.
Disgusting how they treated it.
They were basically calling the one kid who I think he must have got caught or whatever, and they were bringing him up on the charges of the police officer being ran over, because I thought originally the police officer got shot by the people who was committing the crime, but apparently they ran her over trying to get away and she died.
Oh wow.
But one of them wasn't in the car, but he was with them, but he wasn't in the car at the time they ran the woman over, and they was going to basically charge him with the murder of the police officer too. And his response, to my knowledge, was he wasn't in the car at all when the police officer got ran over and killed. And then he went on to say that he didn't know any of the people that was involved except maybe like 2 or 3 or something like that. And so Black Facebook and Twitter were posting and talking about how the boy was a snitch and a rat and all this other stuff.
This is the shit that I talk about.
Now, mind you, the boy's 15. They're trying. I think they're going to try them all as adults. That's why their pictures are plastered all over the news, because usually you're not even supposed to post minors' pictures on the news and stuff. But I'm torn on it because they say like you snitched or whatever, and whatever, and then some people is like that boy wasn't in the car when they ran the cop over. He had nothing to do with that. But at the end of the day, my personal take on it is you went with them to commit a crime. And if that's the life that you chose to live, you don't get the pass of telling on certain people because it got real. Because it was real when you stepped outside the house to go do that. So if you want to live that life, you have to live it. Now, I'm not one of the ones who believe that whole, you can't report something that you see like crime going on in your area that you're not involved in terms of the whole stop snitching thing. Like if you're a civilian and you see somebody doing something illegal and you report it, that doesn't make you a snitch. You're trying to make your living area safe and keep crime away.
Well, that's so illogical that people in that situation be seen as a snitch. Like, you're good. For example, I'm in a car this isn't something that happened, of course, but just an example. If I'm in the car with a cousin that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm riding around with my cousin, and he decides to stick someone up or shoot someone out of the fucking window, like leans across me and shoots, and we're both being questioned by the police, fuck you, I'm telling the police what happened. I'm not going down for you.
Right. And that's because you had no idea that was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, say you got in the car, because he's like, yeah, we about to go do this, that, and the third. And then once it gets real and the cops put the pressure on you, then you're like, okay, fine, I give up. That's when I think the whole snitching thing comes into play.
I don't know. Because it's like, on the one hand, I agree. You did the crime. You tallied along with them. You should face the consequences. But on the other hand, he's 15. He did not choose to escalate it as far as it went, and he wasn't behind the wheel. If I were in that same situation, would I choose, okay, you get this 10 years, or you get this life sentence? Okay. I would prefer the 10 years. So, yeah, I wasn't in the car when that happened. I'm sorry. Regardless.
There's one, and then it was broken down even further because it's different for him to say I wasn't in the car when that happened. But then he started basically giving more information on top of, who he knew and maybe giving names or whatever. I don't know if he gave names, but he specifically said, I only know, like, 2 other people that were involved.
So he just, put it all...
Yeah, it seems like he was just, I mean, I don't know to what degree, how much information he was giving the officers, but if you weren't in the car and you weren't in the car, I mean, I feel like that's all you need.
So he just gave them all the information they needed in exchange for a lighter sentence.
Possibly. I don't know. But that's where I would say that the snitching aspect comes in. Like, I don't believe that the whole stop snitching across the board thing should be a thing because, there are people who don't live that type of lifestyle and don't want to be around it, don't want to be a part of it. So when they see it, you say something. Mm-hmm. But for the ones that do choose to be about that life, quote unquote, it does look bad when you claim to be about something and then once it gets real in that situation, you decide that that's not what you want to do. I mean, granted, everybody has their moments of enlightenment, but at the same time, it's like you picked a path. Mm-hmm. That's the road you wanted to go down. You gotta take what comes with. That's just how I feel about it.
Yep. Either way, he's fucked. So
yeah, and then regardless of the fact that he was in the car or not, they're still gonna charge him with it because I mean, at the end of the day, you were with them to commit a crime, and
he's just not gonna get as heavy a sentence as they are.
Maybe not, but Maryland's a felony state. So because he was with them for the whole thing, granted he might not have been in the car, but they still might try to get him with that because it was. I guarantee, whether they get him with it or not, because he gave up that information, they're gonna give him a deal. He's still gonna do time, and he's probably gonna get a shit beat out of him in jail for snitching. But he's just not gonna do as much time as the rest of them. Yeah, probably not. It's just crazy because the kid was 15, so it's like.
Well, at least he survived, because somebody I knew when he was 15 went with his older friends to rob a Best Buy.
For what? Phone charges?
TVs. And then the police were chasing them, and then they got into an accident, and the TV slid from the back and hit him in the head and severed his, spine internally.
They got hit by the police car, or they just hit another car?
I think they hit a pole or another car. I can't remember, but he was 15 and he died committing the crime. Mm-hmm. So luckily,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, and it's weird because he had just robbed my cousin's house a week before that. So it's just my cousin's I called him hey, such and such died. He's like, I can't feel bad because he just robbed us. So that's just karma. You get it how you live, basically, how they say. So.
Do you feel like you said your cousin?
My cousin.
Do you feel like he was wrong for feeling that way?
I would have felt the same way. I can't say that. Yeah,
I would have.
I have no sympathy when it comes to stuff like that. If you wrong me, however it comes back to you, I can't feel bad for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. But some people are like, no, it doesn't need to go that far or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you rob me at gunpoint and then the next week you get shot in the head, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you had that coming. You had that coming. So I'm not gonna say for this guy specifically, I didn't feel bad for him because I was cool with the guy, but my cousin had zero sympathy, and I can understand why he didn't. Right. So
Yeah.
Again, you get how you live. You gotta just whatever lifestyle you live in, it catches up to you. So
Yeah, definitely true. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take another hard turn. Even though, I mean, it's still on the lines of posts floating, but there was a post. This one is not as deep, but or maybe, but not as dark.
It can get deep.
Yeah, it's not as dark though. There was a post about it was coming from, I guess, the friend of a friend who's in a relationship or whatever, and the post is basically saying, my friend, this was a woman, my friend of 7 years who was a guy, said he can't communicate with me anymore because his girlfriend isn't comfortable with it or something like that. And, you know, the debate was, you know, is the girlfriend wrong for, you know, putting that stipulation on the relationship or putting the pressure on that situation? I'll let y'all go first.
You want to go first?
In my opinion, I can see both sides, but I will say, for one,
could you pass
if
that,
I
please?
if I was the one in the relationship,
The girlfriend.
If I was the girlfriend, I wouldn't feel any type of way about the guy having a best friend, because granted, 7 years, possibly have known him long before we even met. You know what I'm saying? I would respect the friendship. And I would respect my man knowing that he wouldn't cross any boundaries, knowing that that's it. You know what I mean? Because some people
it's all about trust.
Yeah, it is about trust. Some people take that term best friends like, oh, best friend, quote unquote, with feelings, or did y'all have a past before and y'all just had best friend? Like, it's the whole thing. But I feel like it is possible for a man to have platonic relationship with a female while in a relationship. It's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it shouldn't be an issue unless if something did go down and this girl is feeling some type of way about it, about her man and the best friend. I don't know. But I personally,
that's
I wouldn't
different.
care.
It's all about the history, like you said. So.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't care. You know what I mean? It's a friendship.
In my own personal experience, like, I've been on both sides of the pole. So I've been that friend who had that male friend because I'm like, hey, you know, we can't hit each other up anymore because we're girl. Like, what? Like,
yeah. And you think, like, what did I do?
We don't look at each other that way.
Right.
Yeah, but she said she made me block you on Instagram. Like, okay, like, cool, I guess. Like, then on the other end, I've been in the situation where I could have been that person. Like, my husband is still, no, I wouldn't say friends, but he's still sort of in contact with, like, ex-girlfriends and stuff. But it's nothing there. You know, they're just cool. Like, I met a few of them, and I'm really cool with some of them. So it's like, I know for a fact, like, it's nothing like that. But some people just aren't on that level, or they cannot trust their significant other that way because it's not, there is something, you know.
Something
but in my personal experience, it's like, I'm cool. Like, they're cool. Clearly, there's nothing going on. If there was something, that would be very unwise of them to even.
And the signs would show if it was something.
Yeah, like, I'm Inspector fucking Gadget. Like, don't try
all women are.
Don't try it. Don't try it. So there's nothing. There's nothing with me and my male friends. So it's like.
It just all comes down to trust. I mean, if there's no trust, then why be with that person?
Yeah.
Why? And I mean, before I've experienced, you know, guys tell me, oh yeah, that's just my best friend. We don't on the side.
And there's something.
Doing whatever. Yeah. So then, if that happens routinely, then it's like, okay, I get that mindset. Like, men can't just be friends with women. But as a grown, it's like it can be possible. It's just dealing with dumbass people, but you can't put that label on everybody. You know, you can't put that label
everybody
on
is not trustworthy to receive the, you know, but
right.
It's just like, I don't know. And it's like, I've been in different relationships where it's like, I've always had more male friends than female friends, but there's nothing going on. And it's just like, some guys that have, one person in particular, just could not handle that shit. Like, just could not handle that shit. Like, you're going through my phone and just like, who's this person? Who's that person? That's my friend. That's my cousin. We're really close. That's my best friend. Why you got so many dudes in your phone? Do you see any flirtatious text messages?
You see heart emojis? Like, what's
Yeah,
up?
because I don't, like, we haven't been dating long enough for me to even care to even think of deleting anything. So, do you see any weird text threads? Like,
right.
I'm just lost. Why are you coming to me with this? Did you have found nothing solid? So,
I think it that particular situation didn't have enough context to really see the scope of where the girlfriend was coming from. But I think in general, I think that's usually like a baggage thing or insecurity thing from, past experiences or whatever, where you just want everybody after that to kind of acquiesce to your insecurities, basically.
Yeah. Which is not...
It's not healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Again, I believe that platonic relationships can exist. I believe that if it's out there, even past relationship friendships can exist, as long as like you said, like there's nothing going on. Because I'm cordial with one of my exes, and there's nothing there. Like it's just we're nothing. So it's just like, but I think that it was just more of a. I mean, y'all basically kind of said what I was gonna say, but I think it's more of like a insecurity thing with a girlfriend. I think the girlfriend was wrong, given that situation on its face. Now, if it was something that the guy did that made her feel uncomfortable with that friend or whatever, then I can understand. But on its face, I would say that the girlfriend was wrong, because it's like, how can you enter into someone else's life and tell them to remove people from their life that have been there before they knew you existed for you to feel comfortable? Like, that just doesn't even make sense to me.
There are people who are just like this. Like, I had more than one male friend, like, they'll get a girlfriend and they'll get serious. And I've had female friends who had guy boyfriends. They had boyfriends do this too, now I think about it. Like, they will go through their phone and delete the numbers of people who they feel threatened by. Like, what? Basically just like, why you always texting her? Or why you always texting him? I'm going to delete this number and block their number. Like, just like, well, you don't need to be in a relationship if you feel like you need to physically, actually, literally control this person's.
Right. At that point, you don't want a relationship. You want a puppy.
Yeah, that's unhealthy. That's severely unhealthy.
I mean,
Like,
and it's one of those situations where if you come into a situation like that with that mindset, more than likely the very things that you're trying to prevent is going to happen. So it's like because nobody wants to feel like they're being scrutinized or you think that because you've been cheated on before and by other people that you've been with, that you have to now police this next person out of fear of being cheated on again. That person is going to feel like, yo, I didn't even do anything to you.
Right.
But if I'm going to have to feel this way, then something's not right. And some people will turn that into, I need to end this relationship. Some people will turn that into, if I'm going to be treated like a criminal, I might as well commit some crimes. So, I think that's just...
It's not right. It's something that I could never understand. I mean, it's a friendship.
Yeah, and that's like, if you're that, you can't comprehend that, like we said, like, people are capable of having platonic relationships with the opposite sex. It's just annoying. Like, I've had more than one female come to me as a woman for a dude that I'm just friends with. Like, just like, oh, well, you and, for example, I'm just making up a name. Are you and Curtis? Like, you told me that you guys were just friends, but woman to woman, like, are you guys, like, did you ever? No, we never. Like, we call each other cousins. Like, we're not related, but that's how close we are. Okay, well, I mean, are you sure? Because I just, if it were the shoe on the other foot, this is an actual conversation, by the way. If the shoe were on the other foot, like, I would want somebody to let me know, like, I'm letting you know.
Right, you're putting it out there. It would be different if you were sugarcoating stuff and being like...
she was messaging me from his Facebook. She still blocked me after that. Just like... Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Because then you also got to think that they probably thinking that you already know what's up. You just
like he probably told her to say that. Like, no, we just literally never
somebody that thinks like that is going to be stuck in their way, and
And
those
they
are
won't be in a heavy relationship.
Mhm.
They're not going to find that person that they can. I mean, I couldn't do it. I could not
Mhm.
do it. It's not right. It's not fair. If you knew somebody growing up in kindergarten, why am I going to come into your life and be like, oh, this got to end because you're with me?
Yeah.
Like we just met 2 months ago. Come on. It doesn't make sense.
I had one person I dated that was like that, and I'm like, no, like I'm not. I can't do this. Like I fall asleep and you going through my phone. And,
yeah, that's the
And it's like always been me though, and like from with someone, I had to cut off like guy friends, cause they always saw me as like wanting something more, and I'm just like I've always wanted that. Like let's just
the
be
actual
cool.
friend
like,
or the person.
The actual friend. They always like had that crush on me, wanted something. Like,
And those are
Yeah,
people that
and
don't
that-
know
you know
how
what?
to be
Yes.
platonic friends.
Yeah.
yes,
that's
and
why I
and
had
I've
to
had
cut
that
them
too.
off.
I've had that too, and it's like, and that's just a respect thing. If you're in a relationship and you have a friend of the opposite sex, or even the same sex, whatever, and this happens so often, like they take it to that next level, like, well, you know, I always liked you, or when you gonna come chill and I give you a
Yeah.
massage, stupid shit, and it's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this because you know what I have going on, and,
And that's respecting
yeah.
your relationship, and that's something with my relationship. I can't be friends with someone that, for one, I knew that had a crush on me or still has one, because I know that there's still something there, and I'm not going to risk my relationship trying to be friends with someone that I
Yeah.
know still has feelings low key.
Yeah, it's like at
it's
that
too
point,
messy.
what's exactly at that
It's too
point? What is
messy.
even the point? It's just like, okay, you've been friends with this person for years. This is the exception. Like you've been friends with this person for years, but they coming on to you, like, and you know you're in this relationship. What is the no? I'm happy over here.
Right.
Like, don't come
And
over me just because you're not happy with what you have going on.
Right.
With what I have going on. You gotta go.
And if you're my friend, you will respect that I'm happy in my relationship. So that goes to show, since you don't, then I'm cutting you off.
There's, I mean, I think there is a large number of people who don't know how to be platonic friends with someone of the opposite sex.
They don't.
Because they feel like, oh, I'm vibing with this person, we get along, you know, we cool, we hang out, we laugh, we chill. There's something there. Let me try to, you know, make the next move or whatever. And that might not be the case. It might just be that y'all was cool, but now you just ruined the friendship because you kind of made it awkward. And if that person's in a relationship, then you just made it inappropriate.
Right. Yeah,
so, yeah, I mean, I get some people believing that there isn't people that can have platonic relationships, because there are some people who can't, you know, just control themselves or be able to differentiate friendship between attraction. But there are some people that can, and the ones that can usually have to suffer because of the ones that couldn't.
And I feel like that's not fair, because I feel like it comes with growth as well. If you know that, okay, eventually I need to change my mindset, because with me chasing men away because, you know, them having female friends, maybe I should switch and be like, okay, not all men are the same. Not all men have attraction to their female friends. And just let it be. Like, I had to do it. I was that chick that was like, oh yeah, no, friends, if you're gonna be with me, like, I've always had that result of either being cheated on by the female friend or having like the feelings on the side, the guy having the feelings. I'm just like, I was stuck in that mindset, but then I was like, I need to know that not all men are like that. And I feel like a lot of women still put a lot of men in that same bubble because they've experienced, you know, I'm rambling.
It just comes with understanding that if you're about to take on a new relationship with a new person, you can't still be holding on to old fears.
No.
Yeah.
Because that's just going to come in to haunt the relationship that you're about to get into or whatever, and it never ends well. Like,
It's destroying it before you even start.
right.
Yeah, I think everybody like had that moment, like they had to grow from it, because you're like, everybody, not everybody, people have been hurt before, so it's like you gotta have that moment of growth to not take it out on the next person. So yeah, I think we've all had insecurities within relationships before.
I think it is a maturation process.
But as you
is.
grow and you get past that stuff, some people never do, but as you grow and you get
I
past
feel
it,
like
it's just
most
like,
people never do.
Yeah. If they're comfortable with just saying, oh, well, this is how I am. You
Yeah.
just have to accept it. It's like,
They're the "this is me, take it or leave it" type thing, and most of the
Yeah.
time people leave it, and
Yeah.
then they end up bitter, saying that
FO
Everybody's
guys
the
and
same,
stuff.
yeah.
It's like people don't get the time to really look at themselves and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
They always say you, but it's like, no, majority of it is you too.
I mean, I know, women go through things similar, but, usually, as a guy, there's nothing worse than feeling like you're being accused of something or suspected to do something that is the furthest thing from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And if that continues to happen, it really like eats at your, what's the word?
Pushes you away. Like,
Yeah, well, it pushes you away, but then it makes you want to be kind of, what's the word?
Rebellious?
I think
Not rebellious, but yeah, rebellious, basically. Let's just go with that. And it's just kind of one of those, like, yo, this is real. You know what? I'm going to just give you what you want.
Mm-hmm. And then actually act upon.
Possibly. I mean, you could either just leave or you could just do whatever. Sometimes people push the person into exactly what they don't want them to do because they keep suspecting them of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, most people create their own demons, so it's just...
I can never understand the part of going through a phone.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like, somewhat, in my opinion, violation of privacy.
Yep.
If we're in a relationship, I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to go through your phone. You know what I mean? Or like the girls like peeking over, like, oh, who's texting him 12 o'clock at night? It could be a friend. You never know. I just feel like going through a phone, it's like, okay, if you're going through my stuff, then that definitely means that, there's no point in us being together because, you know what I mean?
You don't trust me, right?
Right.
And you're not getting into a relationship to be on parole.
Right.
So
Relationship's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not like no daggone military, show me your phone, show me that, show me that. Where were you? Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that like to sneak through people's stuff. Because, like, I think I said it last season, like, you sneak through somebody's phone looking through their stuff, and you don't find anything. But they catch you going through their phone. Now they can't trust you around their stuff when they're not around, which is a problem in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you feel like you have to be going through somebody's stuff, then there's probably something about that person that rubs you the wrong way, and you need to either address it or leave it alone. Because
Yeah, I was like, my godbrother, like, he's in a relationship right now. And his significant other, she's like around 30, so I think she's like 34. So you would think with age
comes wisdom.
Yeah.
So basically, he calls me like last month and he's like, oh my God, my girl on some shit. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, with you. I'm like, with me?
You said this is your cousin?
My godbrother.
Oh.
I'm like, with me? Like, what did I do? Mind you, I just met this girl like earlier, like the day before. Like, I wrote him a check. She drove him to me to pick it up. I spoke to her. She gave me like one word reply, so I knew it was like, I didn't really give a shit. But that next day, she was so bothered. Like, after meeting me even, she was so bothered. She felt the need to go through his Facebook and go through his messages, because that's how we contact each other for the most part, like through Facebook Messenger. She went through his phone, went through his Facebook Messenger, and read all of our messages. All of them, from ever. Because she says, what is this last August?
Wow.
What is this last August? You went over your god sister's house at 2:30 in the morning. What the fuck were you doing? He's like, I was drinking with her and her husband. Did you see right there? Like, she said, I'm in the shower. Josh will come and answer the door. What do you think? Josh went in the other room while we fucked? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what your mindset is. Like, you think, what? Like, and I'm just sitting there like.
Some people just delusional.
That's pretty sad. Definitely God brother, God sister relationship. But okay.
Stupid.
I don't get it.
She's like, I never had no fucking god sister. I'm just hearing about you, new ass girlfriend. What are you talking about? Like, extra, completely extra. I'm just like, okay, I was trying to be nice to her, but now it's like, at this point, what did she say? That it pissed me off so bad, because it's like, I take my relationship seriously. So he told her, he's like, man, that damn girl married. Like, even if you feel like, oh, this ain't your Gus, is she married? Yo, she. And her response was, that don't mean nothing. And I'm like, don't bring a girl from the house anymore, because it's going to be a problem at this point. Like, you don't disrespect me like that. Like, I don't know what you did, because she was married before. and now she's not. I don't know what you did in your marriage.
Jealousy thing.
People either go through those things, those insecurity things, because of what they've experienced in their past, or what they know they've done or are capable of doing.
And that was my thought.
Yeah.
You probably did. You did not. That title didn't mean shit to you, but we're not the same people. I'm not. No, like you gotta go. Don't bring her to my house anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and group this.
That's crazy.
Try to get this close and shadow. You taking another
I
one?
messed so well.
Okay. That's fine. I'll take it for the both of us.
Yeah, thanks. Cause is this tea or?
That's just tea.
You sure?
Yeah. This is with ginger ale. If you want to taste it with the ginger ale, that's up to you. That's that with ginger ale.
This with ginger ale?
Yeah. Well, this is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. We are right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Fremons. To my left, I have
The lightweight Rosa. To my left, I have
Lee,
aka
Hasavamos.
Yes, I'm gonna learn how to pronounce that right.
Hasavamos.
Hasavamos.
It sounds like something off of Game of Thrones.
Hey.
Bottom of
I like.
or whatever they say.
Hasavamos.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go to www.bdnpodcast.com. Get your tickets to the BDN 90s party. We have officially sold out of the discounted tickets, so you're going to have to, general admission. But you should have got them sooner. But yeah, make sure you go to www.bdnpodcast.com. Get those tickets. The party is next Saturday. It'll be from 10 to 2. At the T Spot, 627 North Duncan Street. Make sure you come out, dress up in your 90s outfit. Make sure you come out. We're gonna have DJ Queen HD on the ones and twos. She did a mix. She does mixes every week, but I tuned into her mix last week and it was pretty dope. So it's gonna be good music, good atmosphere, good fun. Make sure you come out. Go to www.docscastlemedia.com. We don't have Doc here today, but still, get your good read-ups, blog posts, news, all of that. Go to www.fremonsclothing.com. Get your gear. And until then, everybody, unless I'm forgetting something, stay safe, ceasefire. Yeah, cups up. Oh, wait, are you?
Which one is which? Okay.
That looks like soda. That looks like tea.
Okay. Stick with the tea.
All right.
We forgot to rate it.
I'm giving this a strong 2.
I give it a 3.
I'm at 2.
Negative
I've never,
one.
and I had said,
Yes.
I said at one point I was done with Ciroc altogether, and then I think they heard me because they was like, let's just do it dark because he drinks dark. We'll just make it dark. He'll have to try that, and they got me. But I'm never buying this again. That's a 2.
I like it. I like it.
It's not terrible. Well, because I'm on like shot number 4, it's kind of like numb at this point. But I couldn't see myself just having a bottle.
It is one of the better dark liquors we've had so far, in my opinion.
Oh, well,
in my
yeah.
opinion. We had that one that tastes like cigars and racism.
Yeah.
That one that tastes like Christian Louboutin, like, took belt leather and just, like, put it in a barrel.
Ooh.
It's pretty nasty.
See, now, I think for the finale, I'm going to get another bottle of the Afro Head. That's what we had last season. That was the best drink I think we had. It was a rum, but it was a dark, and it was really good, and I might buy a bottle of that.
Rum is one of those things for me. It's just like, have a rough morning.
It wasn't bad, though. Like, it didn't take a lot for you to feel it.
It's not as bad as tequila.
Yeah, no. Nothing's bad as tequila.
But
It wasn't, it didn't take much for you to feel it, and it really didn't leave me with any lingering pain. So I think we want to go ahead and go with that, because that was drink of this season 1. That was the drink.
What did you rate it?
I gave that one like a 5.
Oh,
Maybe it was at least a 4, but yeah, this gets a 2.
He's on like the 2.5, 3 range.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he's always a 3. I'll give this a 3.
It's always
I'll give this a 3.
Yeah, this is a 2. So
-1.
make sure y'all tune in next week. Make sure you come to the party next week. We will see y'all next week.